Today's mass shooting in California is just the latest in a long string of horrors America has witnessed over the past few decades. But over the last few months, it seems like it's been an everyday occurrence. Ross Guidotti spoke to a member of the University of Pittsburgh's Department of Psychology about possible reasons for this. Ross.
Well, there are a lot of them. Dr. Daniel Shaw told me that the United States of America has had a tough last couple years. I mean, from the despair of the pandemic to the absolute anger of political division, it's not been a very pleasant place to live. But he also said that the reason we've seen killings like this goes beyond politics and the pandemic. There are other reasons, and if we don't get these things squared away, the worst could very well yet to come. The slaughter of people in San Jose marks the most recent in a tragic parade of mass shootings in the United States. According to the nonprofit group Gun Violence Archive, there's been 178 mass shootings with 206 dead and 693 wounded in the United States since the beginning of 2021.
How many more does it take?
I spoke to Dr. Daniel Shaw of the University of Pittsburgh's Department of Psychology about some Americans' propensity to solve their anger issues by shooting strangers and loved ones alike. Pittsburgh's seen its own share of mass shootings: the assault on the Tree of Life Synagogue, Richard Baumhammer's murderous rampage, and the senseless killing of individuals at the Collier Township LA Fitness. But why so many in just the last few months nationwide? Dr. Shaw says some of it is due to ugly campaigns and COVID-19.
You have this political climate. It's going to make you more vulnerable to depression, to anxiety, but also those individuals, especially those who feel marginalized, right? Literally unemployed, but marginalized for whatever reason, that's going to be exacerbated also during the pandemic.
Shaw says add to that easily accessible firearms, and you have a recipe for senseless killing.
Changing gun control laws is not the entire answer, but it is a requirement, right? If you're going to put a dent in this. And as long as that remains, you're not going to see a huge decrease right now.
So is there any hope? Dr. Shaw believes possibly, but that would require the government, media, both social and otherwise, and all Americans to finally say, enough is enough.
Where's the outrage? People are so habituated. You would expect it. If you don't have a week with a mass shooting, that would be very unusual. Or imagine a month without one. All right, the mass shootings the doctor's talking about aren't just the ones like we saw out west or even locally. Mass shootings happen in neighborhoods all around the United States, and those need to be addressed as well. We're, of course, feeling outraged when we see the horrors like we saw today, but there is so much more to do. And the doctor told us if we don't get a handle on this, we could see a lot worse. And he said the days of pre-Columbine America, he doesn't think he'll see them in his lifetime. In Greensburg, Ross Guidotti, KDKA News.